Hello. So let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm in my 50s, gone through the menopause, so I know all about the impacts of that on weight issues because I've had to grapple with that myself. I have 3 children. They are in their 20s, the elder ones, and still at home. And my youngest is 17 and is on the autistic spectrum. So I also know what it's like to deal with that sort of challenge in your life. I love gardening fanatic, and I keep my own chickens, and I love to read and knit, walk, absolutely love walking. And I wouldn't say I am a massive extrovert, but I'm really, really comfortable one-on-one with people, which so helps with this sort of job because it's one-to-one. I have a real interest in the science behind weight loss and also the psychology of it all. And so I have, I think, a real holistic, sort of all person-centered approach to how I support my clients. I have a medical background as well, which and a counselling background, which I think also helps me. I think I'm quite good at listening to what people say and picking out certain words that people use and then reflecting that back so that they can actually learn. I'm really keen on that process of learning about yourself, not being judgmental about the difficulties we face, but always learning about them. And I think that after 7 years ago, I lost my 7.5 stone. And so that's 7 years of maintaining a healthy BMI by having that approach, very sort of kind to yourself, just keep on learning and figuring out what you need to change. So I ask my clients, it's really hard to blow your own trumpet, isn't it? So I ask my clients how they would describe me, just so you get an idea of what sort of consultant I would be like. And so I'm going to kind of read off here my prompts. They said things like that I encourage people to delve into the wider issues around lifestyle that may be affecting how you lose weight and how you maintain, and the struggles that we have with maintenance. And that I have a focus on the importance of self-care, and I have a sort of 360-degree approach to how I support and help people. I'm not just a shake seller, I guess. I have that all-rounded approach to what's going on in that person's life and how that might be affecting their weight management, how they lose weight, and also that then cascades into how you actually continue to maintain. I'm very hardworking, and I look after my clients very well. I have numerous different ways of supporting clients. I have WhatsApp and Facebook groups that I post in numerous times a day. I'm also really hot on when someone messages me. I respond as quickly as I can, given other work commitments. But it's very much that person-focused attention to detail of that particular person that I really think are my strengths. I'm very warm, which I hope comes across here, and accepting and really non-judgmental. Having put on 7.5 stone myself and struggled with my weight all my life, that I get it. I totally get the difficulties of going through that process of letting go of the food and the ways we use it. And I'm very real. I will share my own struggles and why I find things different, and then how I learn about that myself and what sort of changes I need to make. And I don't hold back from, if someone's having challenges in sticking to the diet, I don't hold back in helping them to try and identify why that might be. I would never say, for instance, if someone said, I'm really struggling, you'd never hear me say, oh dear, try better next week. I'd always be trying to delve deeper with that person as to why, what exactly is it? Because those moments are gold dust moments, I call them. They're the moments when you most find out about why you're struggling with your weight. And if you can make changes in the process of losing weight, that's how you keep it off, because changes have to be made somewhere. If you go back to eating how you always used to eat, weight, guess what? You'll weigh what you always used to weigh. And I don't underestimate the challenges of making those changes because I live this life day in, day out myself. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty approachable, and one client said that I have a wealth of knowledge and experience. Some other that sort of slightly makes me uncomfortable, which is really interesting. I've got to figure that one out as to why. I'm inspirational, positive and enthusiastic, always there for you. I am honest and kind and thoughtful. And what else? I think that's it. Reassuring explanations of why we feel this way when we're having difficulties, and then helpful advice to get through the difficult times. And that I'm very good at reframing situations so that I encourage people to develop different ways of managing and helpful ways to think about situations. I think I really focus on mindset and how you can flip perspective to make this whole process a bit easier, but also that growth mindset of how you can learn to change yourself and the way you think so that you can lose that weight and then keep it off long term. So that's me, and I hope that helps you to make a decision as to which consultant you want to choose to help you get through this process and keep that weight off long term.